Hi guys, it's Charlie, and I haven't actually been in the mood to do any real video regarding gameplay, alright? And I know the new season has started, so it's a bit weird. So I thought I'll just do this video today to share with everyone that the deck that I've been using to climb since the new hot location. Alright, so actually I've been trying to play around to just, how do I say, to goof around, alright, trying a few different decks and all, a few funny decks as well, alright, and not really been focused on climbing. Okay, but I'm currently now at 85. I think I top out at 86. Yeah, for the moment. You know that I don't rush into things, alright, so yeah, I top out at 86, okay, because of the hot location, Tinker's Workshop. Okay, so Tinker's Workshop is a location that I think it's not easy to take advantage of, right? Because it's just +1 energy, right? And it can come on turn 1, it can come on turn 2, it can come on turn 3, right? So if you are not able to really predict whether it comes or not, let's assume that it does come, but you don't know which turn it comes on. It becomes a little bit more complicated. For example, previously I spoke about cloning bots. Okay, so that's very easy because you know that no matter what, you know that if it comes, it does come, and to abuse it previously we were talking about destroy. So you just have to wait for it to appear and you can do your thing. And anyway, even if it comes on turn 3, we know that Venom comes on turn 3. So you can just proceed as usual with your initial few stuff first, right? So for this hot location, I've actually been using an old deck, a deck that I used previously that I got to Infinite. Okay, and last season I had a good run with it in Infinity Conquest as well. I think I reached Battle 5. Did I? I nearly got an Infinity ticket with this as well. Infinity Avatar as well. Right, so this is the deck that I call Galactus Goblins that I feel that you can use for this hot location. Now the reason is, if let's say you get the extra energy on turn 1, you can actually play out a very early Ravonna, which is of course beneficial. Or in the case of a scenario whereby you didn't draw Ravonna, you can actually play out Hood and Selene. That is of course if you draw them. Alright, so of course a lot is based on draws, but with this deck you have a lot of options. Right, you can play out a Selene to damage your opponent and also, increase the potency of your goblins. Alright, you can play out Hood as usual. So on turn 1 you can possibly achieve 2 things instead of your typical 1. Or you could have an early Ravonna and you can start throwing your goblins early. If you get it on turn 2, right, you can potentially, if you get it on turn 2, you can potentially throw out a goblin, alright, a green goblin, and so that sort of like traps your opponent early. Or if you didn't draw your green goblin, you can throw out your Black Widow. Now the thing about Black Widow is typically it's sort of like a backup play to not drawing green goblin. But now you can actually do both, which actually helps because green goblin clogs up 1 lane, the Widow's Bite also clogs up 1 lane. So actually Black Widow, despite being an inferior second option, is not a bad thing to do as well. Right? So you can actually achieve your plan B. You can get your plan A on turn 2 and your plan B on curve as well. Alright, and of course there's a scenario where you don't draw green goblin and you get the extra energy, the +1 energy on turn 2, you may consider Black Widow. But of course if you have Ravonna, you always play Ravonna. Now on turn 3, you can if you get it on turn 3, you can possibly play out a Sentry. Alright, so a Sentry is strong on 410. At 410. Alright, of course it's going to be a lot stronger at 310. Alright, so playing out an early Sentry is of course great. Alright, and if you have your Ravonna out, you have your Sentry out. Okay, you have your Ravonna out and you have you play Sentry on turn 3. That opens up to a turn 4 Hobgoblin. That opens up to a turn 4 Hobgoblin, which makes your case very, very strong. Alright, and then on turn 5 you Annie again. You really have a lot of power on board, or rather you have a lot of net power. Alright, since Hob is a negative, alright, you have a lot of net power overall on board with that play. Okay, so yeah, and of course if you manage to get all these things with any Galactus deck, if you are able to get your things out, you have an energy ramp early, you are able to get out your things early, you sort of be able to control the board effectively, much more effectively, right? And that's exactly what this hot location, Tinkerer's Workshop, can do for this deck. Alright, it's a very simple concept. Galactus decks, although a lot of time people say that, oh, you know, as long as you get Galactus off, the thing is you still need to control the board, because Galactus decks are about directing where your opponent play their cards, so that you are able to trap them and execute the Galactus. Okay, so getting the extra energy, you can get out your extra goblins, you can get out your Sentry early to, you know, so that you can actually do a Sentry plus Hobgoblin plus any play. Alright, because most of the time the issue with this deck is that if you play Sentry, you have to play any on 5. You have to kick the void over. So that rules out the possibility of playing your Hobgoblin, which is actually very damaging for your opponents as well. But with Tinkerer's Workshop, now you have a smooth, you can actually do a curve off, turn 3 Sentry, turn 4 Hog, turn 5 any. Of course, this is on the assumption that you do get Ravonna out on turn 2. Okay, so yeah, this is the deck that I am using a bit. I'm using to start my serious climb. Previously, I've been sort of like just clowning around. Okay, so I don't know where I'll climb. To be honest, I'm quite busy with some other things as well. Alright, and yeah, so I don't know where I'll land before this hot location is over. So hopefully I can get into the 90s. I don't know. I don't know. I'll try. Right. So, but anyway, this is the deck that I'm using to climb. This is the deck that I'm using to climb for the moment, and I believe it's very beneficial given the hot location. Give it a shot if you want. I believe you will enjoy success with it. Alright, this is Charlie signing off. Good luck. Goodbye.